It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Walking Dead Dead City. We're going to be taking a look at the latest trailer that they released for the show, and I'm going to be breaking it down. There's some very interesting details that I do want to talk about. There's also some very interesting reveals, some of which was already revealed, but some of it is new, and reveals as far as the plot goes. So that's going to be something that we're going to focus on in this video as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to break it down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So this trailer starts with this shot of Maggie running in the middle of the roads, and she's screaming Hershel, and we actually see a shot of Hershel screaming mom being taken away. So this pretty much confirms that he'll be kidnapped. We knew that that was going to happen. They revealed that, but now we're seeing it visually. So it's going to be interesting to see who this group is that kidnapped Hershel Jr. And it's going to be interesting to see whether there's any sort of personal reason why they took him or if he was just someone that they took randomly. The other thing I do want to mention is there's obviously a timeline because Hershel Jr. is older, so this is a different actor playing the character. And then we have this shot of the leader, I'm assuming, of the group that kidnapped Hershel. This guy looks like he's in charge. It's going to be interesting to see what he's all about. Not much details about him, but it's going to be interesting to see how he fits into the picture of this series. And then we have obviously this shot of Maggie screaming no, and then she says, "He has my son," referring to obviously the guy that we just saw having kidnapped Hershel Jr. And then we have a shot of Negan here. But Maggie says you're key to getting him back, which is super interesting. I mean, I take this two ways. One, this could either mean that she trusts Negan enough and thinks he's capable enough to help her get him back, or maybe Negan has a personal connection to the group, hence why she thinks he'll be valuable and the key to bringing Hershel Jr. back. So it could be any of those two situations, and something tells me that it's the second, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. But then we have this shot of Negan Maggie in New York, which is super awesome, in the streets. We have in the background some other guy, a new character that they're gonna probably meet along the way. We have this shot of a bunch of walkers, and then this shot of a bunch of walkers, and then we have this pretty interesting shot of someone with a cowboy hat on with a wanted poster. Now, before we talk about the wanted poster, this guy looks like he's like a bounty hunter or something like that. Now, who is he looking for? It looks like he's looking for Negan. You actually see Negan in the wanted poster. So that is super interesting. I mean, it seems like maybe this is the connective tissue between why Negan is important to Maggie, because maybe this bounty hunter is with the group that took Hershel Jr. or kidnapped him, and Negan is key to getting him back because obviously they're looking for Negan, so he could be used as sort of like bait in order to make connection with the group and be able to get Hershel Jr. back. Something like that. Maybe this is separate. Maybe this is completely an isolated story. That could be a possibility. And maybe the reason why they're looking for him, for Negan, I mean, is something that happened in the past. Maybe Negan was responsible in killing someone in the past, like he did to our survivors when we first met him. And maybe that's why they're looking for him. But obviously, the more likely scenario is that this bounty hunter was hired by that same guy that we saw earlier, who is in charge of the group that kidnapped Hershel Jr. And then we have this shot of Maggie fighting off a walker, and then we see this super disgusting walker here. It looks pretty nasty, but it looks pretty awesome at the same time. Now, it looks like this is some sort of a variant of the walkers that we've seen. We've seen some variant walkers, obviously, but it looks like this is just another variant walker, which is super interesting. We'll get a tease at variant walkers as well in the trailer, and I'll talk about that. But we have Negan here. He basically smashes this walker's head on the wall, And then we have this shot of a walker falling from the sky. And then we have Maggie Negan and the new character. And then Negan looks up and he says, seriously, walkers are falling from the sky now. And that's what I was talking about. That's obviously a comedic line, but it's obviously referring to the variant walkers. We know how Negan reacted to the variant walkers when he first saw them. So I think that this is just another take on that. And this could potentially tease that there are variant walkers in Dead City, one of which we might have already seen in the previous shot, but maybe there are others as well. But then we have this final shot of Maggie looking kind of concerned, looking at something, and that's pretty much where the trailer ends. Not much to break down, but there's a lot of very interesting details that do give us a good understanding what to expect in the Dead City spin-off. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this trailer breakdown. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.